you ready for it, baby? Let the games begin. Let the games begin. Let the games begin. Ow. Before we jump into this, I want to say I am coming at this topic not as a Swiftie, but as a pretty small Taylor Swift fan, and I mean in comparison to Swifties. But I cannot stress enough that I am not a Swiftie, and I have to make that distinction because her fan base is crazy. Like, the Swifties are crazy, and I'm not about to go back and forth with no Swifties on if some of y'all are a little crazy or not, just like some Beyonce fans are crazy. I do enjoy some of her music, and I even went to the Reputation tour. I thought it was great. I had a great time. I danced a lot, I sung a lot. It was fantastic. Now, what this video is not is a think piece on whether or not she's throwing shots at Kayla Nicole or that whole situation that's brewing, because I'm really not getting that deep into it. In fact, what I'm going to discuss is what I think is pretty surface level, and so I'm surprised that there's even a discourse around it at all. And that really boils down to two main things that people are talking about, and that's the shade that she's throwing to Charli XCX, and also the fact that she's kind of having raunchier conversations. I'm not here to talk about if it's cringe or not. We agree that some of it is cringe. I'm simply here to talk about why that's a topic of conversation. I also want to say that I am not a Taylor Swift historian. I do not know all her lore. I realize that she has a ton of lore. That's why her fan base is so invested in her. So if I'm missing something or you like, girl, that's not right, let me know. But as a casual fan, which is what I am, I might even be less than a casual fan. But that's what I'm here as. Now, Reputation is the album that put Taylor on the map. For me, hear me when I say, for me, Reputation is the album that put Taylor Swift on the map. I really loved her sound on Reputation. I said, oh, this white girl got a little spicy side to her. I'm liking this. And so I went to the Reputation tour. It was a great time. I mean, the set for that tour was pretty cool. I also went to see the Eras tour at the movie theater. I dressed up and everything. I even have some Taylor Swift candy from that show. Is it called candy? I don't know. In the rave scene, it's called candy, so that's what I call it, because that's when I found out about, you know, beads and stuff from when I used to rave. And so I'm a pretty solid fan, right? The first thing that I really want to discuss about the life of a showgirl is actually romantic. I've been watching a lot of videos on people talking about it, and there seems to be this general consensus that, oh, Taylor's taking shots at Charli XCX on that song, and like how mean girl of her, and you know how she's punching down because Charli XCX is not on her level and she's a billionaire. All that aside, y'all talking about a billionaire. Nobody's talking about that. This is music we're talking about. So that's not even top of conversation for me about a billionaire taking shots at somebody on an album, because what does her being a billionaire have to do with this music? That's one thing, but that's not even the main point that I'm making. Now, I am not a Charli XCX fan. I know that she did the Brat Summer, right? Only because that went viral, but I never listened to anything off of there. The only song that I know with Charli XCX on it is the song that she did with Billie, and that's because I'm a Billie fan. And again, I don't follow all of Taylor's lore, so I don't even know why they're going back and forth, her and Charli XCX. But what I am confused about is why y'all are confused about the fact that Taylor Swift would make a song like that. Taylor Swift has always had a mean streak. Taylor Swift has always been a mean girl. And I'm not speaking on her personally. I don't know that girl in real life. But I'm talking about musically. She has always been a mean girl. She's always had a bad side. At least if we're going to talk about Reputation and beyond. But if I'm being honest, I think she was a mean girl before Reputation. And this is why we can't have nice things. She's talking about, well, you know what? I tried to be nice to you, but this is exactly why. Now I have to take away that niceness. I have to break it. I got to throw that away. And look what you made me do. She is, again, telling y'all, I got mine, but you gonna get yours too. Y'all just not hearing it, and y'all not seeing it and accepting it because she's a white, blonde hair, blue-eyed girl, and y'all like, oh, she would never be so mean. She said, I got mine, bitch, yours is coming. She said that. Vigilante shit is literally about revenge. I mean, if we even want to talk about Karma, which is coming from her Midnights era, Karma is very much a fuck you kind of song. Karma is a relaxing thought. Aren't you envious? Aren't you fucking envious that for you it's not? You don't get good karma. You get the bad karma that you deserve. Is that not messed up? Y'all just didn't care because it was in a melody that y'all like. Karma is the guy on the screen coming straight home to me. That is definitely a dig at some girl in high school who thought she was prettier and better than her and got the guy she wanted. That's definitely a dig at that girl being like, I got the man on the screen, now what, bitch? Mastermind is literally about how she finessed the guy, tricked the man into being with her. You Belong With Me is about her trying to take somebody else's man. So when she's singing about ruining a friendship, yeah, I should have ruined that friendship. I should have kissed you, even though, how are y'all confused and surprised by that? All her music is like this. When y'all hear her say, oh, it's It's actually fucking romantic, bitch. It's actually romantic how obsessed you are with me. You love me more than any man could ever love me. You're a fan. How was that different than anything else she's ever sung about? Please explain. The real reason why y'all are offended by Actually Romantic, because the song, it's probably one of my favorite songs off the album. The reason that y'all are offended by that is because you're fans of Charlie XCX. If she was talking about somebody y'all didn't know, y'all be bopping that. Yeah, there's a girl who's actually romantic about me. That's what y'all would be saying. But because you're fans of Charlie XCX, it became, oh, she's being a mean girl. How's she being so mean to Charlie? How could she do that to Charlie? Taylor Swift does this to everybody. Now, the reason that I named this video She Actually Didn't Girl Boss Close Enough to the Sun is because of the fact that I don't think Taylor Swift went hard enough on her rebrand. And that is why people don't accept that it happened and don't remember that it happened. And you might be saying, what do you talk about her rebrand? Taylor Swift didn't do a rebrand. White women in the music industry, particularly in the pop space, which is where most of them tend to sit, honestly. As they go from white girls to white women, they almost always have to do a rebrand. You look at a Britney Spears who went from Mickey Mouse Club on Disney Channel to I'm a Slave for You. You look at Ariana, who went from a Nickelodeon star to 34 plus 35. You look at Miley Cyrus, who played Hannah Montana, who she hated playing, by the way, went from Disney star to twerking on stages at award shows. They have to rebrand, or else y'all will never let them get out of the I'm a Disney star phase. They are perpetually stuck as a Disney star, perpetually stuck as a Nickelodeon star, perpetually stuck as a child. And so they have to go to extremes in order for y'all to realize, oh, this is a woman, so we need to come at her differently. Taylor Swift didn't go hard enough when she tried to rebrand. Taylor Swift started off as a country music girly. That's not when I was listening to her. Can't speak too much on it. But obviously I've listened to some of her older work. And although like I said, do think that there was a bit of a mean streak in that, she was making very much poppy, very much I'm falling in love, oh, this boy is so cute, I'm obsessed with, very much that. Now, the reason that I mark Reputation as her official rebrand is because I think it's obvious that it is. Where's the old Taylor? Oh, she can't come to the phone right now. Why can't she come to the phone? Because she's dead. Taylor Swift on the Reputation album literally killed off the old version of herself. Y'all just didn't pick up on that because y'all didn't want to. That was the moment she was telling y'all, look, all that old music, that old Taylor, she's gone, she's dead, I killed her, don't even think about her anymore. Just like Jay-Z said, you want to hear my old shit, buy my old album. That's basically what Taylor Swift was saying in that song on that album, is like, I'm not her anymore. I'm this version of Taylor now. I'm Taylor's version. And so in her eyes, the way that I see it, she's like, this is a new edgier in her own right. An edgier Taylor, a little bit more snapbacky Taylor, a Taylor who's, not afraid to say it. The problem and the reason why no one took that album as a rebrand is because she did not go hard enough. She should have went tenfold. And so now when she's on this new album, making what y'all would consider mean girl tracks and talking about her fiance's wood, y'all having a real hard time realizing that this woman is 35 years old. My all-time favorite artist is Tyler, the Creator. I think you can probably tell he's the artist that I have the most vinyls of because he is, and these not even all the ones I want. They like Pokemon to me. I'm trying to catch them all. I love Tyler not only because I grew up listening to him, but because when you listen to his albums, you can hear the eras in his music based on which album it is. Taylor Swift did an Eras tour, but really if you want to talk about someone who could nail an Eras tour, we have Beyonce, of course, and Tyler, the Creator. You talk about Bastard. On that, he was a teenager who was pissed off at his dad because his dad was never in his life, pissed off at his mom because she didn't understand him, pissed off at the world because the world did not understand him as a little black boy from the hood who wanted to get out of the hood, who just wanted to make music, who just wanted to skateboard with his friends. He was a pissed off teenager. You start going down and you talk about A Chromacopia, his second most recent work of art, and he's talking about how he had a baby scare, how he thought about keeping the baby. This is a grown-ass man. He's talking to his mom on the album. She's telling him, look, your dad didn't actually hate you. It was me. Put that on me. I didn't want him in your life. And you can hear all of the different ebbs and flows of his life. Flower Boy, he came out as bisexual. Now, if you've really been following his work, you already knew he was bisexual, but he came out in this album. You talk about an Igor. In this album, he talked about the boy and the girl who he fell in love with. He had two different people he was in love with. This one, he just blowing his money. He's reaping the benefits of all the previous albums that he put work into. He's in the person that he put in work to become. And so I said all that, and I went on a little bit of a tangent because Taylor Swift did an Eras tour, and while you might be able to argue that the albums sound different, the subject matter has remained the same. From when she was doing country down on into the life of a showgirl. I didn't listen to the Tortured Poets Department or whatever it was called because I looked at the track list and I said, there is no way I'm listening to all this music. I didn't even listen to that. But all the music sounds the same. The subject matter is the same. Now, I'm not an expert on composition and how to put in production and putting beats together and all that. So I can't say that melodically it sounds the same. Some of you might say that. But if we're going strictly based on subject matter, Taylor Swift's subject matter has not changed. She's fallen in love. These bitches don't like her. She's insecure. She's, jealous and envious of the girls who surround her. She loves this boy. She trying to spend eternity with him. Her subject matter has never changed. It's always been that. I'm seeing that some people are in an uproar over Cancel because she's saying she likes her friends Cancel. She likes them dripped and wrapped up in scandal. She told y'all on Delicate that her reputation has never been where she knows that she has a bad reputation. Why would she not want to surround herself with people who also have bad reputations? Everybody wants to be surrounded by people who they feel like they can relate to. That's not anything abnormal. Taylor Swift has always been a little bit of a mean girl, a little bit jealous, envious of the girls who are around her. She's always felt less than. And so to me, this is very on brand for her. And I don't think the album is as bad as people are making it out to be. Swifties are upset again because she's talking about one of their faves and because she talked about sex a little bit too openly for her. They didn't like her saying she was stigmatized. And I contribute that to the fact that her rebrand did not fly close enough to the sun. She should have went a little more harder. If you look at someone like a Sabrina Carpenter, who I have not been familiar with until very recently, but I know she also comes from Disney Channel. And so Man's Best Friend is the first work of art from Sabrina Carpenter that I've listened to. She also did the hard reset and rebrand. Her music is extremely sexual. Parents were bringing their little girls to see Sabrina Carpenter and were thrown off when Sabrina Carpenter was on stage talking about, do you know this one? Doing sex positions all on the floor. That's when I saw that, I was like, nah, I might need to listen to some of her music. And that's the real reason why I even gave Man's Best Friend a chance. I mean, after I saw that album cover, I probably would have gave it a chance. But when I saw that she was going viral, I was like, oh, she make music that I actually might want to listen to. That's actually probably going to be the next vinyl that I buy because I love that album. And the cover's fucking classic already. Icon, legend. And so you have no choice but to see Sabrina Carpenter as a woman and not a little Disney Channel star. She made it very clear, I'm not that bitch anymore. I want this man who I just went on a date with to come inside and get the house tour. I got some Chips Ahoy if you're hungry. Chips Ahoy is not a meal. That man was there for Netflix and chill. And so to wrap this all up, my point is that Taylor Swift didn't go hard enough. She didn't make a hard enough transition from I make innocent music to I'm a grown-ass woman. If Taylor Swift wanted to make that change where she could have openly spoken about sex in her music, then she needed to be a little bit more aggressive with it. Y'all can't let go of the fact that Taylor Swift is no longer feeling 22, and that's what the problem is. That's it. This is not a crazy think piece. I'm not doing a deep dive on every song. I'm not talking about what I thought about the album as a whole. I wasn't going to talk about the album at all until I started seeing all this conversation, and I was like, aren't these fans? Aren't these, don't they know what kind of music she makes? Anyway, shameless plug. If you're not already following me on Spotify, go follow me on Spotify. I don't make music. I just like making playlists. It's like a love language for me to share music that I love with people. So go check it out. Check out my Best of Taylor Swift Nay's version playlist first if you want to. This has been a Nay Impromptu exclusive, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye! Now before, my glasses are still... Yeah, they're like, there's a haze on them. A lavender haze, one would say. Eating my cough drop. Little ASMR. Disney Star Channel.
This is not a test.